ADHD is officially recognized as a disability under the Canadian Charter of Human Rights and the BC Human Rights Code. The following video series was created by members of the ADHD community to help service providers and curious humans reframe ADHD through scientific evidence and practical insights elevated by lived experience. We hope that these videos will help you better support those in the ADHD community and understand more deeply the impact of ableism, stigma, and the myths and misconceptions surrounding ADHD.
Impact of ableism.
I think that an acreage is also a really great way to tell that people have ADHD because there's 8 million partially finished projects that we just couldn't get around to doing. So like we desperately need to clean up the garden. That was our big oh, let's get this done project. And it was so much fun and so beautiful. But again, maintaining it and getting it cleaned up at the end of the season is boring and not fun.
Ableism refers to societal attitudes that devalue and limit the potential of individuals with disabilities. It treats them as less worthy of respect and consideration, less capable of contributing, or of lesser inherent value than others. For ADHD, ableism manifests in unique and damaging ways, particularly in how society perceives or responds to their behaviors. Many are told that their challenges stem from a lack of effort or are simply a character flaw, rather than examining the attitudes or policies they hold. Ableists are unaware or ignore the fact that ADHD is a neurodevelopmental disorder.
My name is Sarah Loudon. I'm a registered nurse currently working in the operating room. I live in Abbotsford with my husband and my 2 sons on a little hobby farm where we farm very badly. And yeah, I have ADHD. My sons have ADHD. And it's become a big focus in our lives.
Well, my name is Anne Elizabeth Turner, and I am 76 years old. I am a practicing artist, and I make it a point of helping people through using art.
My name is Tana. I am a mother of 3 children, 3 boys, all diagnosed with ADHD and one with autism.
Hi, my name is Sean Booton. I'm 41. I mean, I've been diagnosed with ADHD and kind of self-diagnosed with autism for about a year and a half or so now.
My name is Caitlin. I'm 42. My husband has ADHD, as do both of my kids. So currently I'm the only one in the family who doesn't have an ADHD diagnosis.
My name's Nayeli Needham. I'm 45 years old. I'm a mother of 2. I live in Squamish, BC. And I'm an educator, but I also work in employment services. That basically means we help people find employment. I was diagnosed at 42 years old, and it's been a life changer, really, because I've been able to better handle life day to day.
Looking back, what was the earliest? The earliest signs that I had ADHD were probably the fact that I am hyperverbal. I was always the kid who talked too much. I would follow people around, just at them. And it was, yeah, like from birth, I've been that kid. I have also been described as a literal 3-year-old as the crankiest child somebody has ever met. So very big emotions, very strong emotional reactions to everything.
At the time, I didn't know why I didn't fit in. I just knew that I was always had these random ideas and these random songs and all these little really weird quirks that weren't aligning with typical behavior. Kids notice, right? But I always was told that I was just shy. You're weird. Why are you so weird? You're weird. Like, and I knew it wasn't unique or special, but to be weird is it's kind of like it's like a life sentence. Like you're just weird, and you're in the weird category. And so you hear that message enough times, and you begin to mold yourself into a person who is even weirder. If I was able to go back in time and talk to myself as a child, I'd maybe choose other words other than weird, like you're unique, you're special, you're cool, you're awesome, and then maybe I would have grown up having a lot more self-esteem. I think a lot of the choices I've made in life is because I've believed I'm not good enough.
I knew when I was about 5 or 6, something was not right. Back then, they were only just finding out about ADHD. You know, if I didn't like the subject in school, I would just zone out and I'd be off, like, or if there's something that I could look at. I can use the example when I was in school in Ottawa. This school was bordering a farm and there were horses out there. And I would just look out there and I'd just imagine I was, you know, going on this horse and I was going to go somewhere. And I want to know if you're going to join the class today. Are you going to join us? Yeah, I was paying attention as well as I could pay attention. My approach to trying to make friends didn't always go the right way. And I was told to actually not play with some people. I was always on the playground and I was always off by myself because nobody would play with me either. So I started basically going into myself and being very isolated. I got called names a lot. I got called stupid. There's this voice inside you that's telling you that you're stupid because you've heard it so many times. You're stupid because obviously you can't figure out how to do this work. Using those words that you're stupid never go away. Yeah, it was hard. I even had an assessment done where they said that they didn't think I would ever be able to even attend university, let alone complete a program of study.
When I was a kid, I had a lot of the hyperfocus. Looking back, I didn't think anything of it, but now it's like, yeah, kind of a bit more obvious. I was definitely a lot more like socially awkward. Looking back, it explains a lot. It's like a regret. How things would have gone if I had been diagnosed as a kid rather than at 40. It makes almost everything so much harder. Yeah, because it's the I don't know, the expectations are for more, excuse me, sorry, like neurotypical expectations basically, and anything outside of that is just viewed as that you're not doing it.
I think that one of the biggest things is that it's not something you can see. Like, you just can't see it. You assume that somebody can do something because they physically look like they should be able to.
Being misunderstood, being overwhelmed. I mean, we talk about kids with ADHD get about 20 times more negative messages than neurotypical kids, right? So ADHDers are hearing Sit down, be quiet. Why haven't you started yet? Why aren't you doing that? Get your hands off that kid, right? So they're hearing all this negativity, which only builds, more anxiety. I hear kids, I can't do it, I'm dumb, nobody likes me, right? And so it just increases that mental health burden associated with ADHD that isn't addressed and supported from a young age.
I can see that troubled kid in school wasn't necessarily a troubled kid, it was an unsupported kid. And I wonder where they are now. I also wonder, there's a stat that says that 50% of the ADHD persons can fall into addictions. And I wonder if that's what's happening in our society right now. Because there was kids that had problems in school. They were the bad ones. We're not supposed to talk to them and whatever. A few of them had passed away. We just had a grad reunion and there's a list of them. It's, we really need to make a change to support these kids.
I often diagnose the kids and then the parents go, wow, that was really me. They've gone through that process of, that's why it was so hard for me to have friends. That's why I did poorly in school. And if I'd have known then and done things differently or had different supports, where would I be now? We talk about all those morbidities of poorly treated ADHD, substance use, anxiety, depression, accidents, marriage failure, early pregnancy, suicidality. ADHD reduces, if it's not treated, reduces your lifespan by 13 to 15 years, right? It has a significant impact. And so these people that had such a delay in diagnosis now have to go through that process of, okay, I missed out on things, but hopefully can then move forward and say, okay, now that I know, what can I do differently now moving forward? That's hopefully the goal.